The 2018-2019 season of Lehigh women's basketball was not an easy one, on or off the court. But when the story is told, it'll be one of perseverance, a fight, and overcoming the greatest of obstacles. A year ago, the Mountain Hawks overachieved from preseason predictions to finish fourth in the league and managed a .500 record, both overall and in the Patriot League. A loss in a home quarterfinal only fueled the fire for the following year.
Although we won 15 games, if you look at our, the losses, we had a lot of one-possession losses. So we were close to breaking over the edge, and that's the growth we have to make next year is learning how to close out games and win close games. But give our seniors a lot of credit. They're responsible for a lot of the growth that our program has seen this year.
With 3 returning starters, a 4th coming back from an injury, and a rock-solid recruiting class, expectations for this year were high.
To move up, we have high expectations for this group. Think they can compete at the top of our league. To do that, it's going to be, I think relying a little bit on our upperclassmen to lead the way.
But the team was up to the task. The non-league schedule saw revenge game wins against Sacred Heart and LIU Brooklyn, avenging losses from the year before. It was another game, though, in November that would prove to be both the most difficult and one of the most rewarding. November 29th, against Cornell. The Mountain Hawks played with heavy hearts after learning earlier that day of the passing of Mariah's mother, Angie.
I honestly don't think there was, at least within the players, a discussion to play or not. We know that Mariah would want us to play. We know that her mom would want us to play. And at least for me personally, I took it as I'm going to play this hard, the hardest I've ever played before.
First 20-point game in Cam Ben's career.
It's more than just a game in situations like this, so I didn't even think about really specific basketball things. I thought about who are we playing for rather than what are we playing.
Playing for their teammate and each other, Lehigh outlasted the Big Red 67-54 behind a career day from Cameron Benz. Her career-high 23 came on 10 of 13 shooting. After the game, though, it was all about Mariah.
I think tonight just had a special meaning to it. The things that are happening with our teammate Mariah and her mom and her family, something like that happens to a team just makes us so much stronger, whether it's on the court or off the court. And I think, honestly, that was the root of it. We were playing for her, we were playing for her family, and we were just having fun with it because we knew how hard she would be playing if she were here. And I think that was honestly the main part of our hustle. On the basketball side, we work hard, we want to run the ball, and I think when we find teams that let us do that, we really take advantage of it.
A trip to South Bend to take on the defending national champions highlighted the early schedule. 4 players scored in double figures against the Irish, and we were there for history. Losing a game is never easy, but being there for such an amazing moment will leave us all with memories to last a lifetime. And remember, Muffet would not have gotten to 900 that day without Lehigh and her 88 victories with the brown and white. Of course, Ariel had a hand in 138 of them too. The Mountain Hawks put together a record of 8-3 before settling into league play. All 3 losses came against postseason teams, as Villanova and Charlotte each extended their seasons in the WNIT, while Notre Dame was once again a number 1 seed in the NCAAs. The win against Sacred Heart became even more impressive as the Pioneers finished 2nd in the NEC and also qualified for the WNIT. The Patriot League season began as they all should, with a beatdown of Lafayette. It was one of 2 victories over the Leopards this year, and interestingly enough, none of you players in the room right now have ever lost to Lafayette. The sweep of the Leopards was one of 6 sweeps during league play, as Lehigh racked up a pair of wins against Lafayette, Navy, Holy Cross, Army, and Loyola, as well as 3 victories over Colgate, including the first postseason win in 3 years.
Welcome to the postseason in the Patriot League. The winner of this one will get defending champion America. 2 regular season meetings, won both by Lehigh. Haskell's getting some good looks. That's going to count as a foul. Bring up a 3-point field goal for number 33. Clockerty, a little screen and roll and a beauty. Relocating, that's a thing of beauty. Sioux Troyan's Mountain Hawks are moving on.
A quarterfinal victory over Colgate set up a 3rd shot at American. But even this 3rd time was not the charm. A valiant effort fell just short leaving the Mountain Hawks at 21-10 on the season. The only team to beat Lehigh that did not go to the postseason was Boston. The first one was without Cam Boer, but the second was the day of the pink game. A strong comeback fell short, but the game was never about winning or losing. It was about family. It was about Angie. During the month of February, the Mountain Hawks took part in the Play for K Free Throw Challenge, raising money to fight women's cancers. Through pledges for free throws and straight donations, Lehigh was able to raise $8,640 for the cause near and dear to everyone's heart. The total was good enough for second in the nation in all Division I, II, and III women's basketball programs. That's what you do for family. Speaking of family, what is family without a dog? The newest recruit was Lucy, who suited up for most games but did not see any action. Rarely before in basketball was a service dog needed to comfort as much as she did this year, but Lucy provided so much more to this team than she probably even knows. When talking about perseverance, look no further than Haley Pasco. After missing her junior year, Haley came back as strong as ever, setting a new career high in scoring 3 times this season, including a team-high 28 in the Patriot League quarterfinal, to help lead the team to the next round. Haley surpassed 100 three-pointers made and finds herself in 9th place on the Lehigh all-time list with 134. Not bad for a 3-year career. Hannah Hedstrom also finds herself 9th on the all-time assist list, passing the 300 assist plateau, where she sits with 302 heading into her senior season. Hannah will continue to move up on that list, and we should see a couple new additions to the 1,000-point scoring list as well. But that's for next year's banquet. The senior class had emotional leaders, inspirational leaders, and one of the best three-point shooters in school history. The seniors taught us how to overcome adversity and to reach higher. The senior class never lost to Lafayette. The junior class set the tone in scoring, in rebounding, in assists. We had a first-team all-league player and an all-defensive player who doubled on the all-academic team. The junior class gave us 4 starters and key minutes and triples off the bench. The sophomore class set a career high against Notre Dame, showed us to never give up, and gave us a display of courage we will never forget. The freshman class gave us double-doubles, buzzer beaters,
Steele with a crossover, off the glass and good at the horn.
timely threes, and hustle plays. Everyone played hard. Everyone contributed. Everyone was part of a family. All told, it was a heck of a season for the Mountain Hawks. The 3 seed in the Patriot League tournament was the highest since 2012, when Lehigh was second. 21 total wins is the most since 2011, the last time Lehigh had a 20-win season. Even still, there is more work to be done. Championships to win. Postseason tournaments to play in. But again, that is for next year's banquet.